868-479-8286. Or please email us at isupktrinidad@gmail.com. Join us and experience that true brotherhood, sisterhood, that love, that compassion you have always been searching for. ISUPK, Trinidad and Tobago. Shalom.
Yeah, shalom again. This is ISUPK Trinidad and Tobago under Commanding General Yahana, Prison Officer Soapiala,
Prison Officer Mathquayak,
and Prison Officer Barriap.
Right, again, we at the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge again, right, coming out of 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Again, we are not affiliated, with no religious group or organization, right, and the reason for saying that, we just want to be clear, that the Most High God, always had instructions, and his instructions would always be direct. And one thing about the truth would never change, right? And just like it say in John 8:32, ye shall know the truth, and the truth is what going to, set you free.
Right.
Because without the truth, without the knowledge of the truth, without this understanding, we would be, as again, lost, to everything that is taking place right before us. This is why the Most High God always, wake up, his, chosen people. And when I say his chosen people, the men who he choose, to bring these instructions.
Right.
Because throughout, when we look in our records, again, the Bible is a recorded history book. That history book, belongs to black people. And in that history book, it gives details about, each and every other nation or race of people. And the detail behind that is so important for us today. Because today, as you say, in 2026 right now, with that detail, they know who they are.
Right.
They know their identity. They know their culture. They know their custom. They know, as we say, everything about their background.
Right.
And the importance of they knowing that would have them in the seat that they sit in today, ruling above us. And we, without that awareness, just as it says in Deuteronomy chapter 20, the nation that is beneath thee will rise up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. We are at a low state. And you see all what's taking place right now, only the people to this low state is crying right now.
Right.
So what we with again is bringing is a reminder, just like we were reminded as well, and we still living amongst the same condition that brothers and sisters face today. We not exempting ourselves from these conditions.
Right.
We don't, as we say, we don't in the mud with brothers and sisters to do what? To bring that reminder. We not just jumping out like religion is, as you say, as you get clean, in their mind, they clean. They forget who down in the mud, who are the pull up. And again, it's so real and right inside our records. Just like when the brother was, as you say, he had that ailment, and everybody run into that pool to get healed. They're passing him. They're passing him. And the Most High God always had men who would demonstrate that spirit of brotherhood. To actually help you in any situation, being to the point where you can't even move. What we see happening right now, again, I know brothers and sisters, the cry, it's real right now.
So like I say,
go ahead.
And if for me, you understand, as you're talking about, the people that crying, black people, poor people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, you understand? One thing we have to realize, just as the officer rightfully bringing out a little earlier, you understand, is that the Bible, what we people have to realize and understand, the Bible have absolutely nothing to do with religion. You understand? These religions is not here for the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man to give them the solution, to give them the guide, to give them the direction that they're supposed to go. You understand? They are not here to show the people that they are one nation, one people, and they have an identity that was taken from them by the oppressor. You understand? People that rule over us. And it goes way back before slavery. You understand? As most people might understand that slavery, we learn slavery from the school system. You understand? But what happened to these people before slavery? These are the questions that we have to ask. These are the questions that we have to seek the answers to.
Okay.
You understand? The answers in the Bible. Religious leaders, they're not and will never go inside our book to give black people the answers, to give them the solutions, to give them the guides. You understand? This Bible belongs to our people.
That's right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. It's time for we to pick up this book, get in our records, and understand what the Lord requires from us. Otherwise, we're going to continue being at the bottom of society, and as you officer rightfully saying, crying. While these other nations, and nations, when you read the word nations in the Bible, it means races. While these other races keep going above and above the so-called black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. So like yes, sir.
That's right. And again, give it up to the officer, Again, we always encourage brothers and, and sisters, in actually, getting to know the truth.
Right.
Getting to know who we are, because identity, has a great part to do with it. In making any step. And as you say, as our records rightfully reminded us as well. You see, as newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word.
Right.
Right? We need something to give us that sustenance.
Right.
We need something, as we say, to help grow, our bones.
Right.
To help, as we say, revive us. Just like it's saying Ezekiel.
Right.
As the instruction was given to Ezekiel, he went before the people and he said, prophesy unto these bones. He said, these bones shall live.
Right.
What we doing right now is bringing this reminder to our brothers and sisters to give them the opportunity to live. Outside of this, as we say, this truth,
right,
there's no life. And we see it with as we say, in many different forms, and brothers and sisters, people looking on.
Right.
But here the thing about this. Now, the voice to actually come out and say it, to be free, you must know the truth.
Right.
To actually open, as we say, and speak like what we're doing here right now, you must be free.
Right.
You must have that, your spirit must be free. Otherwise, you know what you do? You continue to just, as we say, the sidestep. And sidestep, by you doing that now, you bring, as we say, your whole family and a nation into, as we say, into a place where they would be easily overthrown.
Right.
Your sons or daughters, they would be easily overthrown because they easily could be manipulated by, as you say, they would be tossed to and fro by every wind and doctrine.
Right.
That is basically what it is. Right? And again, in order for us to really, to know and to understand this, again, as we say, the middle scriptures, John, 1 John 4 and 20. Right? So you grab that Bible for sure. Right? 1 John 4 and 20. Because again, it's so important, because now what we going tonight? Where we going tonight? Because I know Osabariat say, you have some little history on the monroe doctrine,
right,
which is very important as well, because in times like this, the condition that we face, this is why, again, just as we said the intro, the Sabbath service is a time where we would come and we'd actually sit down before the men of the law, the prophets, or I say the priests, and they would be reading out of our records and highlighting and enlightening us of what took place with I would say, all forefathers before. Right. And this continue on, and this is where we are at today. So when we sit before, as we say, the men of the Lord, who we choose to bring this out, now we would be, as we say, our children, and just we would, as we say, once at that point in time, we were trained up right. So now we know the pathway to go, which is to do what? To walk after these laws, statutes, and commandments, and understand, as we say, what it means to love our brother. Right? So when you have it, you will read the Bible.
So like I say, if I may, again, for the callers and listening audience, the number to call is 342-0081, 466-5391, or 771-1791. Call in with your questions or your comments.
Right. Also, and all to remember our school location, is number 1 Morris Street, Point 14. right? You can come on down to the school, you know, come on down and break bread with your brothers and sisters,
Right.
you know, break bread with family, right? You know, we have classes, you know, during the week, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Check out our classes online as well. You can leave your comment as well on any one of our social media pages, right? And reach out to, you know, to the contact number on these pages, right? So this is just a reminder for brothers and sisters, right? When you have it, you can go ahead back.
Go on. Going in into the Monroe Doctrine.
Before you do that, just read the first John. Then you just...
The book of 1 John, chapter 4 and verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother, he is a liar.
He's a what?
He is a liar.
Imagine it real plain, and it's the truth. It ain't gonna change. Because now we seen it directly in we face.
Right.
We see, as we say, a brother, as we say, just a couple miles. Again, you know, the general break it down, so, you know, so very, as we say, right. In the time that again, always remember this and all too. You join Commanding General Yahana live every Monday and Wednesday, and you know, hot topics, right? And the pressing issues of what taking place right now anyway. Commanding General Yana went in, you know, in the escalation and what took place, you know, in, as we say, in the kidnapping, that because I directly where it is, the kidnapping of our brother, right? And there's many things in between that, right? And again, it could be, you know, just like what the general brought out, you know, there's room for let me say, for anything that you might think that you seeing it is the truth, it could be a lie. So you leave room, or you leave that room, that because remember now again, we don't know what took place, how this whole thing went down, because now, you know, you had the backing, as we say, of two of the most prominent, you know,
warlords. So we go play the warlords.
Yeah, because now, as you say, we were very, you know, fine on words as well, especially in times like these, because now again we must say Tawada, you know, for the hosting us, right, and you know, with all that, you know, respect, you know, this is something that we should always remember, and this is why, you know, we're reading here, we know how to apply this, because now we say we love the brother, we on brother, we on the sister program, right? We must show that respect. We must understand that this, you know, is the work of the Lord, and in doing that, we know or we understand the people that wronged about us. So now when we read this now, we know the application about it. But brothers and sisters who saying that they love God and they hated their brother, there's a what? There's a liar. Go ahead.
For he that loveth not his brother, whom he had seen.
Right. So imagine this is a person you're seeing, you're meeting every day. Every day. Right? Go ahead.
How can he love God whom he had not seen?
So explain to me. The application of this, because now you ain't seeing God, but now you demonstrating or directing that love towards, and again the records prove that in the book of Jonah gave instructions to go down to Nineveh to remind his people, to bring that reminder, and in knowing, as we say, sometimes we say, have a personal altercation or interaction with the Lord. But if you had that personal interaction with the Lord, what you go do? You do just as with the Lord. Because now the application of that interaction that you have with the Lord, he tell you that how, hey, this is the love of God. That we will do what? That we keep his commandment. That 1 John 5 and 3. This is as you say, a direct application towards that. And it's important for us to do what? To know what and who is taking place around us.
Right.
And this is the awareness that the ISUPK under Commanding General Yana has been bringing since 1969. Till the return of our King, Christ, which is a black man from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Right? Yamo?
That's the night, like I said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
So that's let it, as we say, the viewing audience know,
right.
You know, we're going to bring out, because it's very important as well too.
Yeah.
Right?
We're going to touch on a little history based on everything that basically happened to we brothers across in Venezuela.
Right.
As we know, the brother was part of a group called the BRICS, where when you look on the 12 tribe chart, he was the only Israelite on that group. He was amongst a group in heathens. We're going to bring out a little bit of history and some of the things pertaining to that, and some of the things that even the head of the US say that he would establish back again, and basically get into the scriptures as well.
Right, and just to take note, remember what we now read, right? We now read that if a man, you know,
see love going
see love and hate his brother,
can.
Right? Because now remember, now as I said, this is a part of our community,
right?
Right, and we looking at it from this point, because now he being part of that, you see, that part of that brotherhood,
right?
Part of that, you see, part of that brotherhood,
right?
Because now BRICS now, as we say, is many different alliances, many different countries.
Right.
So now, looking at it from this standpoint, or this view, now he is my brother.
Right.
So now I'm supposed to bring that assistance or that aid or that need that you need. Right. So now, in that being said, now why it is now that your brothers in the escalation or to that point, they're not sincere, because you know why? I didn't say it. It recorded right there.
Right.
These men were liars. These men were liars, because now they would turn to who? To God.
Right.
They ain't seeing God, but they're seeing you right now in the flesh.
Right.
We have a Zoom call. We on a Zoom, and we on a Zoom. I seen you.
Right.
In the flesh. But now in a time of aid or need, now again, we don't know, you know, the situation of what is taking place, but based on what we will understand, and we know that if I say he is my brother,
right,
then now what I would do, then I would actually give that aid and need and assistance that is needed. This is plain. This is black people.
Correct.
That's the reality.
Right.
But the importance of, again, knowing the truth is going to make you free.
Right.
And this is the purpose of the Most High God, the reason of righteous black men, Hispanic men, and Native Indian men, to bring this truth, to bring this reminder here. Right? Go ahead, Most High.
Alright, so first I'm going into a little bit of the acquisition Britain. So you get to understand firstly who these people in Britain are, who these people in America are, because America is a break off of Britain.
Right, and remember all of this you could find as well, you could do the research.
Yeah.
So we're not reading, we're reading based on, you know, what is research, and this is just history. Right, this is history. Right? Go ahead.
Right. The Roman acquisition and population of Great Britain was a multi-stage process in violent military conquests and subsequent cultural and administrative integration that lasted nearly 400 years.
How much?
Nearly 400 years.
And you know, that's a good point, you know, to understand the time,
right,
or that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will serve in this, you know, in this tenure, in this time, being under the, as you say, the hands of people them that, as you say, that have no liking for us. And when I say no liking, is that they would, you know, take the opportunity by using us to build their empire,
right,
you know, to build, you know, all that they have, and not understanding, you know, to what is, as we say, to distribute, you know, in, as we say, in a righteous manner.
right.
Because now you can't tell me again, you know, you see, you have people serving, you know, or working, as we say, for you, and you can't, and you ain't recognize them.
Right.
They go unrecognized, and again, this show you that the spirit that you have is not, it's totally different from us. Because now we would have, you know, brothers and sisters, that is for the ones of us now who, you know, keep the spirit of our forefathers. The ones of us that move away from that spirit, you would see again, they would take up the customs, and this is why the scriptures or our records identify it as us, you know, dressed in fig leaves and hiding ourselves among the trees, as you see, at these other, in the garden, hiding amongst these other nations with the culture, the ways, because now we take up the ways.
Right.
And this happened over a period of 400 years. Right? Go ahead.
Can. The conquest and military control. The primary Roman invasion began in AD 43 under Emperor Claudius, nearly a century after Julius Caesar initially brought short-lived expeditions in 55 and 54 BC.
Right, so this was just, as we say, and again, a lot of this history, like what we now come out, like the Feast of Dedication, you would see some of that history, where again, this same family, you know, would have, you know, again, the foot, or their knees on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, to take up the customs and the way. And if they did not adhere to those customs and those ways, they would be put to death. They would be put to death. And again, this we're reading here, again, you wouldn't hear this outside of this school. And even though if you hear it outside of this school, now they would water it down. They would try to integrate, or, you know, affiliate, you know, feelings, emotions, and bring all of that into play to recognize that, hey, we are just one. Not knowing that over 400 years, imagine, as we say, we in a time where we now waking up. Imagine you're sleeping for 400 years. And before that time period, we in the other major captivities, we actually know who we are. Who we are. 400 years we sleeping, plus this wake up now is the Lord. I mean, I just say Barakataya, Hawaii, Awashai. Because why? Our king, a black man from the tribe of Judah, as you say, redeemed us from those curses, which again had us, you know, in the mindset of thinking that, you know, God love everybody. Had us in that mindset, and now we could do what? We could read history. So all what we seeing right now, and we said, you know, the oppressor, you know, come up with the internet, with this or whatever, the Most High God would always work in our favor. In every time, or every, as we say, every generation that we come forth, the Most High God would always enlighten, because He's our Father. And any father that loves his children would always leave that pathway to come back.
Right.
Would always leave that pathway to come back. Yes, Lakia.
Yeah, can. Just for time's sake, we're going on to the end night, which would be basically highlight what going on today with both Britain and America. The Roman administration of Britain ended around AD 410 when imperial authority withdrew to defend other parts of the empire, leaving the Romo-British population to form their own post-Roman kingdom. So it's showing you that these people and them remained in the land and basically formed the own culture, the own, jurisdictions and things. But it's the same people that came in, the same Roman people that came in into Britain, the same Roman people that left Britain and formed America, and they always had that way taking things that don't belong to them and basically conquering different regions of the earth. If you look back at the history of the Roman Empire.
Right. And that just to add on what you're saying, right? So this is first Maccabees, right? First Maccabees 1:24, right? And yeah, go ahead.
First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 24. When he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly.
And this is who you're speaking about. Let me say, like we say, he's one human. So why it is now this person, had separation within his mind to destroy our people, and then go amongst his people. So would that die not one human?
Right.
There is a separation. And a lot of people would hear us saying, we didn't come up with this. The Lord created this from the beginning. When you go and read, as you say, in the book of Genesis, you would see on every day that the Lord workmen went out and did their work, and they brought back that report. He said, and evening and the morning was this day, was the first day, and the evening and the morning they brought a report daily, and the report that they brought daily now was a separate report. It wasn't like we do everything in one. The Lord had it separated for a specific purpose, and that specific purpose was to keep order. That everything that is going to be brought up would be under that order. And this is why, again, as David mentioned, he say obedience is better than what?
Sacrifice.
And sacrifice. These men obey the order. They nobody went to try to sacrifice. It was an order. Hey, get this done. Get this done. And it was done. What he as we say, we're reading about these people, when they as we say, they move, because again the scriptures identify what they were blessed with. They were blessed with the sword. This is why when you see, as we say, the power that is being flexed right now is because this is what they are blessed with. And it was a warning for us. And again, just like on the show last night, where I think Captain Attack was bringing out, where the Lord identify us as brothers. And one brother, as we say, more hardened than one. And in order for that one, to get corrected, when daddy reach, as general say, some long leather about how much inches, and when that start to work, now as you say, you remind you where you do to your brother. all what taking place with us now is like, hey, nah, you don't do nothing. Don't bring no harm to him.
Right.
And we tell, hey, and we're not saying don't defend yourself. But you don't just go out there and incite violence to anyone. A man come or step to you, how to defend yourself. You must defend yourself. This is the reason why we must understand that we are people. Together, every other nation would fall in line.
Right.
We as we say, some people would say, as we say, our brothers, like black people not coming together. Go and look up the Lord's Passover,
Right.
what the ISUPK under Commanding General Yohana has been hosting for the last 57 years.
Right.
This year's Passover will be held in Houston, Texas, and the date would be April 4th. Houston, Texas. Come break bread with your brothers and sisters. If
Right.
you can make it up, come on down. Make it to the venue. Commanding General Yohana again has been doing this for the last 57 years.
Right.
Making and following after the footsteps of our forefathers. And he being, as you say, the brother who the Lord raised up in this time, in this generation, to raise brothers and sisters up. We should take heed.
Right.
We should take heed of what is taking place. Right? Anything?
I want to add a little bit to what you're saying when you read the first Maccabees, because even when you go up in verse 23, you understand, and you're seeing whereby it read in first Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 23, he took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. And that's what you're seeing right now, the spirit of the oppressor.
Oh, God.
Come down in my brother's island, in my brother's country, you understand, to take all we could take, because we all know it's about the OIL. You understand? But we also know it have precious metals and things in the country as well. You understand?
Right.
So they're going to benefit in a great deal. And when they're done, do the apparatus. They're going back now in the country. I'm not saying that all the military equipment mobilized back to the country. But now you can see where the oppressor is speaking proudly. But then when you go down to verse 25, here it's saying, therefore there was a great mourning in Israel in every place where they were. So now, wherever blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are, there's a great mourning, because we understand. We understand the pain
That's right.
that our brother is going through.
That's right.
When things happen in Venezuela, we understand the pain.
Right.
Brazil, we understand the pain.
Right.
Colombia, Haiti,
Yeah.
we understand the pain of our brothers, and there will always be a great mourning. You know why? Because we understand we have no strength.
Right.
Just as the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 says, the Lord said we would not have no might
Right.
in our hand.
Right.
You understand? Why? Because we refuse to do what the Lord tell us to do.
That's right.
You understand? We as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we need to gather ourselves together and start keeping the Most High's laws, commandments, and statutes.
Right.
You understand? These are the curses that is written in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28. If I could, Baba Kusha.
Yeah, go ahead.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations on the earth. You understand? And if we do as our forefathers say, you understand? The Lord himself saying that he's going to set us high above all nations. Again, when we read nations, we see whereby it means races.
That's right.
So he is not going to be in the condition that he's seen black people in, Hispanic people in, and Native Indian people in the four corners of the earth. Haiti wouldn't be in that condition, Jamaica wouldn't be in that condition, Trinidad wouldn't be in that condition.
Right.
None of our Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters wouldn't be in the condition that they're in today. You understand? The Lord says he's going to set us on high above all nations. But he also tell us in same Deuteronomy 28 verse 15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses will come upon thee and overtake thee.
Right.
And that is why now when they continue reading down to 64, 68, I believe, you're seeing where all the curses that black people, Hispanic people, and Native people are under right now. You understand? Because we fail to obey the Most High's rules, his laws. The thing that he laid out for us for our nation. Because we are a nation of people.
Right.
Just divided by landmass.
Right.
Okay.
You understand?
Right.
We are a nation of people just divided by landmass.
Right.
You understand? And when we have been indoctrinated by the oppressor for all these years, we don't understand that we are brothers and sisters. So now we will find black people hating on the Spanish, Spanish people hating on black people. You understand? Jamaica and Haiti warring. Look, Simeon and Levi, two brothers, tribes, one landmass, but still they're separated. You understand? The Haitians and the Dominicans, one landmass but separated. That is because we pick up the ways of these other nations and refuse to do what the Lord tells us to do. So now what about if we try and do what the Most High tells us to do? You understand? As the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1 say, the Lord say, if we observe and do, we're going to be above all these nations. We haven't tried the Bible yet.
That's right.
We go into church from generation to generation. Our foreparents, great-grandmothers and grandfathers, and going back up the line, you understand, have been going to church from generation to generations, but they don't realize that they haven't tried the Bible. They haven't done what the prophets of old have said that we need to do to be that people that the Lord wants to be above.
That's right.
You understand? Because the churches, they don't keep the Passover, they don't keep the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You understand? They don't teach our people about abortions, the food we're not supposed to eat, and all these different things. They don't do it. You understand? Worse yet, they come and say the laws of God are done away with. So which means we are not supposed to keep no law.
Right.
Then if we are not keeping no law, then we're going to be what? Just as the Prime Minister was saying, then we'll just be a lawless dump. I'm not saying that black people is like that, but then we will be lawless. And the Lord wants us to be that nation that has laws, rules, guidelines. Salakia.
I can back you up with some proof.
Okay.
Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Right? And again, where the brother bringing out, it's so, right, especially for the time that we're in right now.
Right.
Especially, in knowing this truth, because now, to understand and to know what we're reading about, you must know, the family line that they come from.
Right.
And, the Lord always, again, that always had a remnant. Always had a remnant. Despite, some of us, as we say, might stray. But here the thing about it now, just like as you say, he raised up shepherds.
Right.
He raised up shepherds to do what? To bring this flock, to bring this as we say, this family back together.
Okay.
And in order to bring this family back together, he must have men.
Right.
Or as we say, blacks, Hispanic or Native Indian men who we show these instructions to. As we say, this resonate within in the spirit. Because now even when we coming out of Egypt, right, and the Lord, gave Moses the instruction. He said to choose men after he mind.
Right.
And the Lord do? He let him know this is the man that after he mind.
Right.
After his spirit. And this is why this would always apply. When the law, especially in different generation, this would always apply. Right? We have it? Read it.
Okay. The book of Psalms 147 and 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob,
right,
his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Right, and this is so important.
Right.
Because now we not just, coming up with our own theory, with our own philosophy, with our own doctrine. We belong to this family.
Right.
We belong to this house. And every so-called black, Latino, and Native Indian, despite, as you say, we be so stubborn and rebellious now, the Most High God would, as we say, he would press us. And he would, as we say, he would keep on pressing, just like any father for a child to do good.
Right.
He would keep applying applying until a year we're going, all right, now you need some correction.
Right.
And then the correction. This correction could come in any different form. The scripture says it's a fearful thing to fall in the hands of the Lord.
Right.
It's a fearful thing. Because now it's like, hey, don't let your father put, you know, your mother say, don't let your father come and put your hand on you, you know.
Right.
Okay.
Don't let your father come because you know that lash is a different lash.
You know, good.
That lash, it could end up with some complications. This is why we always say, again, we are not, as we say, woman abusers. The woman, as we say, is the weaker vessel.
Right.
And we always advise, hey, brothers, hey, despite she doing whatever, means saying don't defend yourself, but hey, she can't take a lash. Despite they might be so frail, I mean, they might be thinking whatever, but a man lash is always different from I would say, a feminine lash.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
So the scripture say, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. These sons, the sons of Jacob,
Right.
these 12 tribes. Go ahead.
Verse 20. He hath not dealt so with any nation.
Right? And just as you brought out, nation means race.
Right.
He didn't give these other race or nations these instructions.
Okay.
This is why to rule or to run anything, they would do it anyhow.
Right.
Just as you say, they would boast,
Right.
even if it means like, you know, like, yeah, I just take a life, but
Right.
we just
That way it
yeah,
is.
yeah, that way it is.
Kinda,
Yeah.
okay.
So, and imagine you're just saying that plain, and this is we know. You understand the value of life,
Right.
right? Life valuable. As we say, hey, that child didn't even live the
Right.
full potential. This is how we see how we value life.
Right.
The value of life outside of this house, it means nothing.
Right.
It means nothing. This is why it wasn't shown unto them.
Right.
So now you know what we had to do? We have to come and teach them, hey, all you have some value in all yourself. This is we teaching the other nations to have some value.
Right.
Because life is valuable. It is. Right? Go ahead.
Can. And for his judgments, they have not known them.
Right? And for the judgments of the Lord, they have no clue or no idea of the judgments of the Lord.
Right.
Say the word of God is what? Is swifter or faster than and like a two-edged sword.
Okay.
It cutting and piercing through and through. To understand this, for you to get an understanding or to know about this, it must come from the source who the Lord chose.
Right.
As you say, the sons of Jacob, it was given unto us.
Okay.
So to explain these records, you must go to the source.
Okay.
Anybody outside of this, that's why we say we're not affiliated with no religious group or organization, because this is not religion we're teaching.
Right.
This is not religion we're speaking about. This is our family history. So it's like the opportunity to come and to sit here as the Most High God provide this opportunity, because now this is the Lord doing.
Right.
And as we always remind brothers and sisters, the angels is taking records of this. It's nothing to be frightened about, nothing to be aware about. It's something to be aware about, because now the awareness will be coming from the, as you say, the men who the Lord chose
Right.
to bring this out. These is records being taken because now it is like a warning, and we should take heed to the warning. We should, as you say, tell brothers, hey, this is nothing, as we say, that is forced down. This is just a reminder.
Right.
Say, bring them warning. Because why? You having, as we say, the knowledge of this truth and not bringing the warning, just like what religion doesn't do.
Right.
They had the opportunity, but you know what they do? They leave the gates wide open. That's why I say in Jeremiah 14 and 2, he say the Jews mourning.
Right.
the gates thereof languish. They had the opportunity firsthand, as we say, the building full up
Right.
with black people, Hispanic people, and Native Indian people. Different, as we say. But you know what happened?
Everybody asleep.
Why everybody asleep? Just like the oppressor boasted.
Right.
I take away the silver,
Gone.
take away the bronze, the gold, the precious jewels, and he amongst the people.
Right.
And he boasting. But you know what does get them? When they see, we would come together, we say, gather ourselves together, and we just tell, hey, you know the Lord our instructions. Automatically, them get, as we say, the start to think is some overthrow.
Right.
We will watch them, as we say, communing and even pay them no mind.
Right.
Because you know why we wouldn't pay them no mind? Because we understand, as we say, we don't pick up, as we say, any arms or ammunition to fight. The Lord, as I say, the Lord is our refuge.
Right.
The Lord is the one who protects us. In the time of all our troubles, we see it prove in our records many times. When we start to follow these instructions, we turn to the Lord, and you know we provide a safe rescue.
Right.
A safe rescue. And that safe rescue, we even pick up nothing. We even pick up nothing. And then just to prove until these other nations know that, hey, he said, as he said, touch not his anointing.
Right.
Not do his prophets no harm. The men that speak in this, we as you say, the scriptures attest that. You might not see it at that time, but there was always a time where the Lord, you know, would always, you know, reset. But this time, with that reset, it going to be a permanent reset.
Right.
Because now, as the scripture say, when the righteous in authority, he said the scripture said the whole earth. He didn't say partner. He said the whole earth rejoice.
Come on.
Say even the food, even the trees. Because you know why? In our recorded history, there is always a time, a rest. For the what? For the living.
Right.
God is not the God of the dead, but the God of the what? The living.
Okay.
So I can't say, I'm to read the righteous and authority.
Yeah, go ahead,
Can I say, I can't say.
Yeah.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right, and this is how you will know who righteous.
Right.
The people rejoicing right now in Trinidad.
La,
The people rejoicing right now in Venezuela. The people rejoicing right now, as we say, in North, South, and Central America. In America right now. So this should identify something or
Right.
highlight or bring to mind something. Because you know why? As we say, we people seen it.
Right.
We were once in that mindset. We seeing something actually happening.
Right.
But to make that move is like, nah. But as time go along, if you pursuing something, just like again, we will pursue in many different, let me say, academic or wherever it may skill, you know, trade to pursue.
Right.
And we pursue it. Now to pursue in this, you would get better at it.
Right.
The truth with as you say, it would make you free. Right? Yamo?
Can.
Yeah, go ahead.
But when the wicked bear it rule, the people mourn.
Right. And this is not our saying. A lot of people trying to cover up the wickedness that's going on right now.
Right.
But how could you, as you say, you love your brother who you're seeing every day?
Right.
Or how could you say you love your brother who you're seeing every day? The scriptures identify that or let you know that is a lie.
Okay.
Because now we see, as you see, the wicked bearing rule. We not saying, we not, the scriptures, our records identifying something. You say when the wicked bear rule, we saying it for what it is.
Okay.
I didn't say that.
Right.
If anybody have an issue, you gotta take it up with, as you say, take it up with the Lord. Ask him why that is recorded in there. The people mourn when the wicked bear rule. That more?
No, that is it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, so all for that.
I understand.
Yeah. Again, just a reminder for brothers and sisters, you know, the Lord's 57th annual Passover, right? Houston, Texas, right? April 4th, right? Again, come on down and break bread with your brothers and sisters. Again,
Right.
you can come on down to the school as well, right?
Okay.
April 4th, come on down to number 1 Morris Street, you know, Point 14, you know,
Right.
come and meet brothers and sisters because we'll be live as well too now.
Right.
For brothers and sisters, you know, to observe, you know, the Lord's Passover, right? It's just a reminder for us. As you say, though we might be far apart in that spirit, we this is why we always understand being in that mindset of one body and one
Right.
spirit, because we're going to do and follow the same instructions. We're going to, as you say, adhere to these laws, statutes, and commandments. We're going to do what? Observe it in the land of, as you say, our captive,
Right.
where we are. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything to bring?
Yeah, I like to say to the listening audience again, remember that the Bible have nothing to do with religion.
Right.
You understand? This book is a history book. You understand? Of a chosen people, the Jews, the true Jews. Most of us might believe that the people that is over in Israel right now are the real Jews. You understand? But that is not so.
Okay.
We, over here in the Caribbean, blacks and Hispanics, we are the true Jews of the Bible.
That's right.
You understand? That Bible holds our record, it holds our history. You understand? Even when it our brothers in the school that travel, saw different archaeology and could
Right.
match it up with the Bible to know, yeah, we are the true Jews.
Okay.
You understand? But this is something that was taken away from us. You understand? And throughout our generation, our foreparents, they knew nothing about the identity, they lost it. They lost their identity coming through slavery. You understand? But just as the officer bringing out right now, in the land of our captivity, we getting to know who we are.
That's right.
All this is biblical prophecies. You understand? Where we are coming back to our identity, coming back to our culture, the real way black people supposed to live.
That's right.
You understand? We had to drop off all these religions, being Baptist and Oration, 7 days and all these things, open Bible and church from Church of the Latter-day Saints and all these things. We had to drop these things and come back to understanding, first of all, we identity.
That's right.
Who we are as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians.
That's
you
right.
understand? And then start to go into our laws, our rules, that our King Jesus Christ, as you all know him, but is Yahweh Shiny Hebrew.
That's right.
Start to go back into our book and understand our rules, our laws. You understand? The way how this black nation supposed to be governed, this black and Hispanic nation supposed to be governed.
That's right.
These is the things that we have to learn. Come back and understand in native tongue, which is Hebrew.
Right.
You understand? Learn to pray in the Hebrew. Learn to write in the Hebrew. Learn to talk and greet your brother and your sisters in the Hebrew.
That's right.
These is the things that we once lost, but it is coming back to us.
Right.
You understand? Again, all these is biblical prophecies. So like you say, I don't know if anybody else wants to say something.
Yeah, that's a reminder. Check out all these social media platforms.
Right.
ISUPK, YouTube, ISUPK, Facebook, TikTok, all the different platforms that we have. Also, we do street teaching on the promenade every Saturday. You know, once the weather allow, you would see us out on the streets. If you come there anytime after 12, probably around 1 o'clock, down to 5, 6, you would meet the brothers and them in person on the streets, on the promenade, just opposite Mario's. Other than that, check out all ISUPK information and platforms on all the different social media platforms on them.
Right. You know, Christ. And again, you know, just as, you know, just add, right, again, any upcoming events, right, we also, post it on, again, just as I mentioned, all our social media platforms. Right, again, again, stay tuned, right, Commandant General Yana is preparing, food and clothing drive, down here, right, stay tuned, the information again would be, up on our social media platform, right. So again, brothers and sisters, right, number 1 Morris Street, Point Fortin, right, is, the place to be, ISUPK Trinidad and Tobago, right, under Commanding General Yahana. Come on down to the school, right. Again, any information needed, you can leave your message inbox, right, leave, any one of the pages, right, and, we'll reply, in a timely manner, right, and that timely manner is, we will always remember that we have a purpose, to attend to our brothers and sisters, right, so.
What time are you there again?
About some seconds.
A minute?
Yeah.
We can get one script there before we go?
Yeah, go ahead. Take them.
So like I say, we take the book of Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10. Yet the number of children, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured or numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, you are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living God. You understand? So all of the remnant, all of the children of Israel will be at the sand of the sea. We are scattered all over. This nation is one big nation, but again we are divided just by landmass. You understand? And we were told that we were Hispanics, blacks, the cockroaches, all kind of things we was told. But all where blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are scattered, the Lord is letting you know, so-called black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, that you are the true Jews of the Bible. You are the son of the living God. And with that, we say shalom. Shalom to the listening audience. To what for your listening time again.
Shalom.
Join the winning team with Pastor Al.
Knowledge under Commanding General Yohana, Trinidad and Tobago. Our school is open. Call in all the 12 tribes. Join us in all classes, Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Sabbath service on Saturday. We are located at LP number